Welcome to the series of lectures on digital marketing and e-commerce, and I am Dr. Suchita Vishwakarma, Assistant Professor with Department of Management, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. Students, we are going to start up with a new subject called digital marketing and e-commerce, which is there in your university curriculum with the code of KMBN 207. In these lectures, we will be talking about what is digital marketing. We will understand the various concepts related to digital marketing. In all of up till now, you know very well that marketing is a process where we need to try to the marketer tries to understand about the needs of the customer, tries to offer products which are of value to them, and then properly does communicate and delivers the product in order to achieve satisfaction. Now, why we are talking about digital marketing many times these days? Because digital marketing is again a concept where the concepts of marketing are used in a similar manner, but on a digital platform. And digital platform is basically the usage of all the internet and technologies that we have in our daily lives, for example, the tab, mobile, laptop, etc. So, over here we need to understand that in this lecture we will try to understand that why digital marketing is such a buzzword and why it is in so much trend and has such a lot of significance. Now, probably you may have realized by yourself also that every day we spend a lot of time on we spend a lot of time on digital gadgets. Now, what is digital gadgets? Digital gadgets are all those equipments, all those gadgets that we use every day in our life, in which the transfer of data takes place through the binary digit, that is 0 and 1. And so, namely, you can understand that the digital devices are basically laptop, tabs, mobiles, computers, etc. So, we spend a lot of time in using these digital gadgets, and as a result our complete behavior as a customer or as a consumer has changed. Now, we prefer to see and try to find out all the products that we want, or we may want to purchase in future. We want to try to search it out from these digital sources only. So, that is why the marketing also evolved, and the concept of marketing extended to the concept of digital marketing. Now, digital marketing, can you understand by the concept of digital marketing? It is simply the extension of marketing in which we use the marketing strategies in order to reach the customer, to persuade him, to tell him about the products and services of a company, and obviously to satisfy the customer also. But the mode through which we do this is the digital mode. That means we use all those equipments, all those gadgets. That means we extend the marketing practices to the gadgets, or to the digital gadgets. That means through the source of internet. Now, that means marketing basically, as you know, that marketing focuses on customer needs and identification. It focuses on understanding the needs, and then it talks about how to offer the products, properly communicating the about the products and services to the customer, delivering the products and services to the customer, and obviously trying to achieve the customer satisfaction, because then only the customer will be a loyal customer to the company, and then only the company will get benefit of profits. So, over here in digital marketing, we absolutely do all the same practices, we adopt all the same practices, but through the use of all those technological products which have internet connectivity. So, this digital marketing concept was somewhere framed came into existence in the year 1990s to 2000, when there was when there was a technological boom, and Philip Kotler is considered to be the father of digital marketing. So, let us proceed further and let us have an introduction to digital marketing. So, as you can see that digital marketing is an umbrella of marketing strategy, is an umbrella for the marketing of products and services using digital technologies, as I said. So, over here
you need to understand that digital marketing is a multi-channel approach, where the company does not try to limit itself to any one medium or any one channel, but tries to reach the customer through various sources. Various sources may include like the laptop, as I said, through laptop, through mobile applications, through search engine optimizations, through emails, then through social media and whatnot. So, basically, as you know that nowadays when we are actually connected to digital platform, we do not do only one thing, we are connected to various platforms. We check Facebooks also a lot of time, we are also on other social medias, we do check the emails also. So, this is what is the basically the concept of digital marketing. That means a combined integration of all the things that a customer nowadays uses, and in order to help the customer understand that what actually he needs, and providing all that he wants through these sources. So, moving ahead, we have lots of definitions also, because this particular concept is has got has recently been evolved, and various people have been trying to understand and also explain the concept of digital marketing. So, very simply, Satta in 2015 said that digital marketing can be understood as anything like online marketing, web marketing or internet marketing. So, he gave three similar names to the concept of digital marketing. Otero and Roland in 2016 said that the first time it was defined as a projection of conventional marketing. Now, what is conventional marketing? Conventional marketing is all that we have been doing in the physical landscape and not in the digital landscape. Now, what do we actually mean by physical landscape? Physical landscape is basically when the buyer and the seller, that means the company and the customer, comes in physical contact or comes in face to face, and they interact with each other, and where they exchange their products, or where they inform the services and about the products and services to the customer. So, nowadays, as because of this coming up of internet and coming of the digital technology, now the customers are not preferring to go to the customer, to go to the company. So, nowadays the companies are actually coming down to our homes through our mobiles, laptops and other internet applications, and providing us all the information through this virtual platform. So, that is why it is called the projection of conventional marketing. Even Kotler and Armstrong gave the definition that digital marketing is a form of direct marketing which links consumers and sellers electronically using interactive technologies. Now, what do we mean by interactive technologies? This is something very important and you need to understand. Earlier, what used to happen when we were talking about the physical landscape, then the seller and the buyer used to come at one place, and there he used to interact with the customer. Then there the dominance was more of seller, because he used to inform the customer about whatever products and services that he had, and the customer was left with limited choice option, that whatever the seller has been telling, and then if he is interested to take a product, he has to choose among whatever is available. And obviously the customer has the right and the had the freedom to ask about the products and services of the seller, from the seller itself, or maybe from few competitors. But nowadays these technologies have made the things very interactive. That means we can compare, we can talk to the various people, we can speak to other customers, we can speak to other sellers, and it makes this internet technology has made things very interactive. That means there is a continuous interaction between many people. It is not only one, that is the buyer and the seller, it is between many. That means seller to seller, buyer to buyer, and buyer to seller. So, similarly, so that means we are in the complete customer journey process. The customer is talking and interacting with people and trying to understand about the products and services on multiple forums. That means he is trying to get information from the various sources, so as to satisfy himself and so as to make himself completely aware about the whatever things are happening, and then he takes a choice. So, over here you can understand that challenges for the company has increased a lot because of the coming up of this interactive technology, because now the seller and the buyer can interact anytime, and and the buyer can interact with many other people. So there is a requirement of complete transparency that needs to be maintained from the seller end. And only when the seller is actually giving a lucrative offer and the customer is completely satisfied, then only he would purchase. So this becomes a very challenging task, but at the same time, this is very coming in trend also, and is adopted by many of the sellers, many of the companies nowadays. So we'll obviously have a look about it also, and we'll understand further. Now, let us understand that how and why rather digital marketing is said to be the extension of marketing. As I said earlier, and if you recall the definition of marketing, then basically marketing is all about identification of customers' need, offering the products and services of value to the customer, communicating and delivering the products, and trying to achieve the customer satisfaction. So over here, these concepts are very important. That means identification of a need is very important. The way the products and the way the companies inform about the products and services, that is very important. That means whether about their brands, their products, their services, that is very important. The way the products are being delivered is very important, and obviously as I said earlier, that customer satisfaction is the utmost important factor, because if a customer is not satisfied, he will not go to the seller again. So all the practices of marketing are even adopted in the similar manner in the digital marketing also. And Chaffee and Smith in 2017 gave this concept of digital marketing, and where they said that digital marketing also focuses on identifying the need from the customer. Now, how would the companies through the digital platform try to identify the need? Now, over here you need to understand that every day we are so much exposed to the digital platform, we keep on searching lot of informations, be it related to product, be it related to any other kind of information. Now, these companies keep a track on what kind of information that we are looking for. Each and every individual does not look for similar kind of information. My interest areas would be very different from what your interest area are. So, depending on what my interest areas are, according to that, the company tries to customize the products and offerings, tries to customize the information that they want to give it to me, and thereby tries to generate the inquiries and requests or even complaints, if they have any, if for the product whatever they have used earlier. So they try to identify the need, that what is the preferences, they try to understand that the change in the preferences, the customized preferences, and that's how they then in the second step they try to persuade the customer. So the second factor is anticipate customers' need. Now, as I said, if the company will keep a track about my preferences, my what is the things that I am searching on net, what is the kind of information that is appealing to me, how much time I am spending on which particular website or which particular company platform, then obviously the company will be able to understand, and obviously according to that they will be able to offer the products and services. They will try to engage me in a similar manner. For example, if I am a faculty of management, I may be looking forward for a lot of books related to management. So the company who is maybe related to the management field will try to offer me certain products, certain books, certain video lectures, certain offerings which are related to the management or topics, or maybe my interest topics. There may be another person who is more interested towards something else, let's say fashion designing or something like textile. So that person may be searching lot of information related to textile, what all about the textile companies, how fabric is made, how apparels are made. So accordingly the company will try to identify the need of that particular customer and engage in that particular manner, not in the manner that they had engaged me. And then obviously the third factor which is also part of digital marketing is satisfying the needs through prompt responses. Now, this is something which has actually changed at a revolutionary and transformatory pace. Now, the customers interact and the sellers interact at a very quick pace. Now if for example if I have earlier in the conventional marketing, if we take an example, that earlier if let's say 10 years back or maybe 20 years back, if I would have gone to a market and shopped a particular product for myself, and when returned back I would have found that the product is not good, then obviously I could not do anything but yes, fix another try to go to the store the next day, maybe in the third day or fourth day, whenever as per my convenience, and then would have gone to the shopkeeper and said that this is the problem, and then maybe I want to return or maybe I want to exchange or whatever. So that means the reaction time for the product was quite delayed, but that means it may stretch from one day to even longer. But now in case of in case of marketing through digital technologies, this is not there. Now if I do not like a product, if I have ordered a product and that has come to me and I do not like it, I can straightforward in that very moment only go back to the website. I can inform the seller that this is not which I ordered, or this is not something that I liked, and probably if I liked, then I can give the feedback. I can give a very good feedback. So probably all of you must be doing lot of Zomato orders also these days. So whenever the Zomato wala bhaiya comes up, he says that madam please give the rating. So that means a prompt feedback goes to the seller instantly, so that he knows that whether the customer is satisfied or not satisfied, and what other value added services that can be accordingly offered to the customer. What is that he liked and what is that he did not like, every detail can be shared, and which will not only help the seller but will also help the other customers also to understand and repurchase the products. Now coming to the scope of digital marketing. Now digital marketing is something which has similar and unlimited scopes, similar scopes in terms of the conventional marketing, and unlimited, why I say, because this concept of digital marketing can be used in any of the industry, any of the sectors, be it government, be it for customer, be it for students, be it for any kind of people. So that means this concept can be applied anywhere. And when we are actually talking about the scope of digital marketing, we need to understand that in digital marketing we want to understand this concept through the usage of all the medias and communication channels which are on digital platform. That means, as I said earlier also, it is ranging from laptop, mobile, computers, your emails, all kind of channels. Then digital and mobile experiences such as web design and mobile applications. Now digital marketing is very much related to how the website has been designed, whether it is attractive, whether it is appealing, because as per a study it has been observed that the normal customer retention or rather retaining period for a customer is 8 seconds. That means any customer sees a particular website only for 8 seconds, and within 8 seconds he decides that whether he has to stay back on that particular website or he has to change to or switch to another website or another page. So that means within 8 seconds the company needs to give so much of attractive or appealing content to the customer that he gets engaged and he stays back on that particular platform, so that he can search more information and then be a loyal customer. Then obviously the scope of digital marketing also extends to prospects and customer relationship management. Obviously digital marketing, customer relationship is very, very important, because as I said that in virtual landscape things are getting very, very quick, and the company needs to be very agile and responsive. The digital strategy also integrates multi-channel communication experiences, which I had already shared, and the digital technologies and platform. All the digital technologies and platform needs to be covered in the case of digital marketing. So now let us also talk about the 5 Ds, which are very very important aspects of the digital marketing, or you can even understand it as the drivers of digital marketing, because only and only when a company understands all these 5 Ds component very very properly, then only they will be able to run a successful digital marketing campaign which will help them in a longer run. So over here 5D is basic. The first D basically talks about digital devices. Now what do we mean by digital devices? A company, if is deciding to go on a digital is trying to adopt the digital marketing practices and planning to go on a digital platform, they must decide that what is the digital device in which they want to be present. It may not be necessary for any company to be present on all the platforms, all the devices. For example, the company may decide to be present on mobiles only through the applications, and may not be liking to be present on laptops or PCs, or vice versa also. They may like to be present in the form of TV or gaming apps, and may not be liking to provide any other kind of information. Or a company may also like to be present on all the omni channels, that means all the channels. Now over here you need to understand, because the different devices that the company would be using would have different reach. That means the target audience for all these are very different. The people who use PCs or laptops may be obviously using mobile, but all the people who use mobile may not be using PCs. For example, let's take a person from a rural background. He may have internet and he may have a smartphone, and he may be using lot of smartphone he may be viewing to the various videos on YouTube and various kind of serials or on these channels, or may even be playing games and all through his smartphone, but may not be using the PC obviously. And so if I want to reach to such a customer, then probably my decision is very important, that whether I want to be on a mobile application or whether I want to be on a computer, smartphone, or any other tab or any other devices as well. So this is one very important factor. Now coming to the digital platform. Digital platform basically means the interaction platforms that are available on these digital devices. So the various browsers or the services. So digital devices could be anything from email, from anything called social media, anything from search engine optimization. So all these, like for example, the viewers or the audience of Facebook is very different from what they have in LinkedIn and from Twitter. So now if depending on the product and services, I need to decide that what is my target audience, where do I need to inform the customers, how, when, and through which particular platform I need to come in contact to them. Because obviously, why do I need to do that? Why shall I not go and adopt all the platforms? Because obviously adopting all the platform or going on all the platform is going to be cost incursive also. So we may not like to spend lot of money where we know or we may feel that probably the kind of rewards, the kind of visitors that I may receive is going to be comparatively less. Then the third driver is digital media. Now what is digital media? This can be basically understood as the various communication channels, which are basically acronymed as POEM, that means paid, owned, earned, and owned and earned. And over here you need to understand that what is the target audience, and over here you need to understand that what is the what are the different search engine and social networks through all these kind of digital media digital medias. Now coming to the digital data. Obviously digital data is also very important, because the type of audience gets decided by the digital data. The businesses do collect information and collect the details of the profiles of the customer through the digital data and the digital technology. That means what are the kind of websites or kiosk or email campaigns that they want to run for their company. Now let's have a quick look on the internet users across the world. As you can see that approximately 7.87 is the total 7.87 billion is the total population of the world, out of which 5.27 billion people are using smartphones, and they are the unique mobile phone users. And over here you can see that 4.48 billion users, that is 56.8% people are active on social media. That means this is the landscape, this is the penetration level of internet across the world, and so that makes it very, very relevant. That makes it very, very important to understand that why digital media marketing is becoming so very important these days. Now you can also have a quick look on the number of internet users in India from 2015 to 2020, where it has increased from 302.36 million users of internet in 2015 in India, which has almost tripled. Sorry, which has almost which is now more than double, that is 761.29 million users already in 2021, and is expected to triple by 2025 to go somewhere beyond 974.86 billion. So you can see how the growth of internet users is happening not only across the world but also in India. Now coming to the significance of digital marketing. As I said, that digital marketing is very important because it reaches people where they spend their time and money. So basically, digital marketing, through digital marketing, the companies are able to target to those customers who are actually interested in the product, service, or kind of information that they are offering to. It also provides a better growth options for small business, because digital marketing is comparatively less expensive in comparison to the conventional marketing, and adopting the digital marketing practices can be initiated at a very small level by adopting one or two digital medias. So over here the scope of growth becomes easy and cost effective for small businesses. Then there is a lot of scope to cater to a bigger and larger target market, because if I am a company and I want to float a website, this website can be seen across by people all across the world. It would not be not locally focused in Lucknow itself. Now reach the right people. Obviously, as I said, that it would reach to the right set of customers who are actually interested for the data. It can be hyper personalized. That means the kind of information that I want to send to one individual may differ from the other individual, and the companies have the freedom and the liberty to do that through digital marketing. There are a lot of analytics tools also. That means the company is in a better position to research about the customer profiles, and accordingly do a lot of analysis and use a lot of statistical tools in order to analyze that how and what kind of customer they want to offer. It is easy to scale and adapt. That means if a company is at a small scale right now, that means if a company is doing less of digital marketing or advertising right now, can obviously increase their budgets and can go further up, or vice versa. It has better return on investments also. The company will be able to know that where I am spending money and whether I am getting returns or not, and if not so much of lucrative and if futile, then they can reverse back the process also. Round the clock engagement, the customer has a choice to go on and search the information related to any kind of things around the clock. Aligns how people shop today. Obviously, as I said, the customer preferences have changed. Now people are doing it. People are actually have the preferences have changed, and so the companies are actually using this changed preferences as a new opportunity for understanding that how they want to target their customers and how they want to position their products and their brands, and obviously develop a PR also. It helps the customer, helps the companies say to solve the customer problems also. Has a higher conversion rate. Your competitions are also doing it, and so the company is also compelled to do that, and facilitates comparison because the seller and the buyer both have the facility and the freedom to compare the products from one another, and facilitates the sharing of information and content. So all this basically means that digital marketing is of lot of advantages to all the people around the world. So so with this I close off the session today. Thank you, students. For further references, you can check on this website. Thank you.